Hey guys, Zenonite here, and today I will be teaching F2L for beginners, like the basic F2L. So for those of you who do not know what F2L is, it stands for first two layers. So it's basically just solving the two layers without solving the first one first. Yeah, so the main goal is to make these blocks, then you insert into the right slot. So, firstly, in basic F2L, there are three possible cases. So let's just scramble it up first, and I'll walk you through this one. So first, what you want to do is to make the cross first. Then here is one case. This is an already made case, so I'll just make it into one case. So the first case is when we have the corner and the corresponding edge, and the color of the corner, which is facing upwards, is the same as the color that is facing upwards on the edge. Like for example, in this one it's orange green, then this one is orange and green also. So in this case, what we want to do, if we have this kind of case, we want to do an R prime to hide this corner. Also, do please pay attention that when you want to do something like this, make sure there is no pair here, so that you do not harm a pair. Which harm a pair, what I mean is, like, if we already have a pair here, it would be inefficient to actually do this pair first, then ruining the pair here. So no pairs, and what you want to do is an R prime, a U2 to put this here, and an R to bring it back up. So basically, what you do in this case is you move it here, as I said before. And to repeat that, just to clarify, an R prime, a U2, and an R. And this block here is supposed to go here. So what we want to do is just insert it just with the L prime UL, just like that. Now the second possible case, let's just make it first, when the white is facing upwards. So first, of course, in every case you want to find where the corresponding edge is, and in that case it's here. It's already perfectly oriented. The way this is the place where you want the edges to be. So for example, you have the edge here. You want the edge to be oriented with the center. So this is green, and this is the green center. So you want to be oriented here, perfectly oriented. And what you want to do, since this is red, red is here, and the opposite of red is orange, which means what you want to do is that you do an F in this case, because it turns the red to orange, which is the opposite. And then we're gonna do a U2 or a U prime 2, whichever is your preference. And that way we have paired up these two corners and edges. And also pay attention to not actually turn to the color where the edge is facing upwards. So if this is red, do not turn this to red, because if you do, it will end up like this, misoriented. So what you want to do is turn it to orange and put this here, then put it back up. Then what you want to do is just insert it with a U, R, U prime, R prime. Then the last possible case, let's just make it first, is when the color of the white corner and edge facing upwards is different. So in this case it's the blue and red, but the colors facing up are different. So in this case, this is actually an already perfectly oriented case. This is where we want the edge to be, and this is where we want the corner to be. So let me just mess it up for a while. So the concept of this case is that you do not want the edge to be in one line as the direction where the white is facing. So for example, if the white is facing here, you do not want the edge to face here. You do not want the edge here. And if the white is facing here, that means this is where you want the edge to be, because if the y is facing here, we do not want the edge to be here. So for example, if it's like this, we can just do a u prime, which makes it to that if we do an r prime, there's no pairs here that we can mess up. So we're gonna do a u prime, r prime, and we want to move this edge here, and for that we can just do a simple u prime, and we can get this one back up with an r. And where you want the corner to be after you orient these two pieces is orient the color with the center, which sets up a 3-move insert, and I'll show you what it is. It's basically just, if it's on the left, well, you're just gonna have to do an L prime, U prime, and an L. So basically what the 3-move insert is that you move up the corner that you pair it here, but then when you do a U prime or a U, whichever the case is, it's gonna insert into the slot here. So let me just show you. If it's on the right, we're gonna do a R, U, R prime. So we'll just pair these two up, and we can just do a U to insert it, and we can do an R prime. Also, now here's another case. So when the edge or the corner is on the bottom, make sure that when you pull it out up here, for basic F2L, you do not want the edge or the corner to be anywhere around here. So what you want to do is you do a U first, then you want to pull this up like that, you do another U to pull this out, and an R prime to return this to its original place. Now we have the third case we talked about, the case where the up and the color on the corner, which is facing upwards, is different with the corresponding edge, the blue and orange edge. And as we discussed, we can just put this here, because that way we won't have to rotate and we can solve it. So we're gonna put it here, since at the back there's no pairs that we can actually ruin for the white cross. So we're gonna do R prime, U, and an R. And what that does is that it moves it here, moves this edge here to here, which is where we want it to be. So R, U, R prime, U, R. And to solve this, we're gonna orient the orange with the orange center. Then the 3-move insert I taught you earlier, the R, U, R prime. So that is a few cases, the basic cases of F2L. And now I'm just gonna give you some example cases which the corner and edges are joined. Like for example, this one is joined like this. So how we can solve it is that we put it in front, or we can put it here, whichever you would prefer. Then we would hide the corner here, so that when we do the U2 separate these two, it will not affect the corner. And when we do an R, it's gonna be perfectly oriented to do another 3-move insert. Yeah, and just like that, we have solved the first 2 layers. Alright, now another case that I will be teaching is like when it's connected like this, but the white is upwards. So what you want to do is that you do the same thing like in the last case, an R prime, U prime, R, which separates these two. And this is now the second case I discussed earlier in this video. So we want to orient the blue with the blue center. Since this orange and orange is here, red is the opposite of orange, which is why we are gonna do a turn. We're gonna turn this to the red side, a U2, a U prime 2. Then we're gonna do an R, which what it does is that it brings this here in a position which we can actually insert with a U, R, U prime, R prime. And yeah, those are the basic cases of F2L. Hope you enjoyed and find this video useful. If you did, be sure to share this to your friends who also want to learn F2L, and keep practicing F2L, and that way you will get better, and it will increase your solve times very much. And thank you for watching this video, and see you guys in the next video.